It's about that time of the week. You already know, Sunday Fun Day here at Wolf Watch Club. We have a few competitions for you, and one wrapping up today for actually one of my favorite watches on Tudor's catalog, and that would be a gorgeous Tudor BB58 in blue. That's right, Tudor Black Bay 58. Incredibly wearable. And we're going to get into why I think this is such an incredible watch. But it predominantly has to do with blue. Let's be honest. I think blue is... well, we're going to talk about that in a moment. First, I do have to tell you that we also have a Rolex Submariner No Date up for grabs. That's in about a week and some change. You do not want to miss out. So get your entries. Link below in the description of this live stream. I am your host, Jory Goodman, the time teller, here for Wolf Watch Club. Okay, so we also need to tell you, I do not choose the winner. No one at Wolf Watch Club chooses the winner. It is all done at randomdraws.com. Okay, it is a third-party site. It is fully randomized. And that way everything is fair and everything is kosher. Okay, so comment below, which watch are you entering for? How many entries did you get? And which would you like to see in the future? Because Wolf Watch Club is in the chat. And while I'm doing the stream, they're going to be paying attention to all of you guys. And I know for a fact they truly do want to hear from you. Okay, so we have a very, very fun show, actually, because... I don't know where you guys are from, but I am from Los Angeles. And, we're going to talk about the watches that are up for grabs, but this is a watch club. And we kind of got to run the gamut with what we talk about, and this has to be entertaining after all. So, okay, here's the thing. Oh, dude, Wolf Watch Club just notified me. We just hit 200 subscribers. Dude, round of applause for this channel. That is awesome. As many of you know, or maybe some of you don't, I run the Time Teller channel here on YouTube. We have, just above 200,000 subscribers, and that's not an easy accomplishment, right? Getting past these, first few humps, it feels like you're trudging through mud uphill with a huge, $1 million backpack on your back. And so any little thing that what I'm trying to say is it's a slugfest to get any little accomplishment under your belt, especially here on YouTube where it's hyper saturated with a ton of different channels making a ton of different kinds of content, excuse me. So 200 subscribers is it's no easy feat. So let's keep that up, guys. If you are here from the Time Teller channel, or if you are here from someplace else, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and show the support, because again, looking back from when I started from my personal channel, I remember it was not easy to get even into my first 100. So 200, this is just like a blast of nostalgia, but it is only up and onward, and we need your help to grow this channel, so hit that subscribe button. Okay, so why am I talking about being from Los Angeles? Well, we've done a bunch of T3 Crime Stoppers videos talking about how it's not good to wear your watch in cities, and we always hear about watches getting stolen in Los Angeles, and it's such a bummer, and blah, 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 but we need some good news. The Dodgers won the World Series last night. It was a slugfest, bro. Probably one of the best World Series I've ever witnessed. Both teams were incredibly evenly matched, and it was it was crazy. It was on. You were on the edge of your seat the entire time. It was awesome. And last night's game, extra innings, crazy. It was a game of inches. That's what she said. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto, an incredible dude from overseas, came here to, dude, bring the pain on Canada, dude. He wiped him out. This guy is definitely a flexer, though, when it comes to his watch collection, because he's seen almost exclusively in very, very expensive Richard Mille watches. Okay, here he is striking out Pirates. This dude's insane. Okay, he's lethal on the mound, and this watch, I think so. MLB Fits estimated that this is between 300 to 700K. I've seen him go for about 350K. This is a very, very expensive watch. Okay, he loves Richard Mille though, because there's another clip where he is in this, like, dude, who wears an ascot? Who wears an ascot nowadays? That's so interesting. But he's wearing another incredibly expensive Richard Mille that goes for multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is in stark contrast to one of his other buddies from overseas, another Japanese gentleman. But real quick, I do want to also point out Yoshinobu Yamamoto has also been seen wearing a very, very, very expensive Royal Oak chronograph. So he's not a brand loyalist, I should say. He also wears other incredibly hyper expensive, unattainable watches. But now we need to talk about another superstar on the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Okay. He's probably, aside from everything that Yoshinobu Yamamoto did for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani was probably one of the most consequential players for the Dodgers this season. He is incredible, arguably one of the best baseball players that has ever lived. Definitely, I would say, perhaps the best baseball player of my lifetime. But it's funny because, okay, here we see a picture of Tom Brady, but scrolling up, we see Shohei Ohtani wearing a Grand Seiko. Makes sense, right? Shohei Ohtani is from Japan. Grand Seiko is from Japan. But people are speculating which watch this is. Hodinkee wasn't positive. I think it is probably the SPG J217, which is, I mean, compared to this watch that Yamamoto is seen wearing, this watch is incredibly affordable. Insane, considering this gentleman, Shohei Ohtani, signed, like, what, a $700 million contract with the Dodgers? So, like, that's not including all of his personal endorsements. So, like, he has, he's essentially a billionaire. But the way these long-term baseball contracts, it's essentially a contract in perpetuity. So, like, the money trickles in, quote unquote, but he's doing fine. But, I just don't think necessarily this dude's a huge watch guy. Not that this isn't a very much enthusiast's watch. I just think he likes things that look nice and whatever. And, Grand Seiko probably paid him, and that's perfectly fine. But it's hilarious because we see other athletic superstars like Tom Brady, who I think formerly was with Breitling. Now he's formerly Tag Heuer. Now he's IWC. This dude wears like insanely expensive watches, but it's nice. It just kind of lends to this dude's overall, like, I would say he's very humble, right? He's very soft-spoken, humble, has a good sense of humor, and just seems like a family man. Him and his wife, the nuclear family we already see that he's built. He's just wearing a really nice watch that works. It doesn't need to be flashy like one of these crazy Richard Milles, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's really, really awesome. And I don't know. It's funny to see the contrast with these two players that were incredibly consequential for the Dodgers this season. They're both from the same area. One just balls out and flexes. The other one, it shows a little bit more humility. I'm not going to argue which one is better. It was just nice to see. Speaking of humility, the Tudor Black Bay, I wouldn't say is a flex watch. All right. It's not. Why? Because the Tudor Black Bay isn't, like, you don't see iced out Tudors, right? You don't see a flooded Tudor. You don't see diamond index Tudors. I think that's a good thing. All right. I think that this is a watch enthusiast's watch for people that want to wear watches day to day, want something reliable and impressive without being an eyesore. What do I mean by that? This is going to sound a little bit, I don't know, like mean, but like this Richard Mille, you guys already know how I feel about Richard Mille. All right. I think that there's 3 categories of Richard Milles. There's fruit roll up, which Richard Mille literally makes these like really colorful candy themed watches. There's Ben 10, which it literally looks like that kids show Ben 10, where it's like you hit it and then you transform into some monster. And then the third one is diorama, or as I like to say, diarrhea. And the reason it's called diorama is because it looks like a child's school student project where there's a whole bunch of garbage inside of it, and it looks like, okay, there's an animal in there, but then also you see some of the mechanism, and then it's like it's just a bunch of BS. And no offense, as impressive as this may be, it kind of is an eyesore. Something like this is a true enthusiast watch who you can have an impressive watch without it being something that is just, I don't know, a headache. Like it's I don't know, man. It's not for me. The Tudor is, the Richard Milles and things like that are not. Another watch that I think, excuse me, I'm coming over some, getting over some symptoms that, or I should say side effects from some of the meds that I take. Another watch that I think is a great daily that is incredibly impressive, a little bit more flexy without, again, being too, I would say, like, too much of an eyesore, too cumbersome to wear day to day, is a No Date Sub. It's funny. There are Rolexes that are crazy, like you know, the Daytona Rainbow, or I don't know, like a Yachtmaster 2, right? Yellow gold Yachtmaster 2. Those watches are like nutty. And I would like argue that, you know, the ceramic Daytona Panda has its own following. And I'm sure, you know, like the Starbucks definitely has its own following. Dude, No Date Subs throughout the dawn of time, okay? The No Date Sub has its own cult following. This is a watch that, like, I would argue is one of the most sought after Submariners ever. And this is within any reference. Every No Date Sub reference seems to be the most sought after sub within that year. I can't explain it. I think some people dislike the Cyclops. You can go to a watchmaker and have a different crystal put on. I love the Cyclops, but I also see that, like, just the cleanliness and symmetry of a No Date Sub. I get why there is a cult following all on its own. It's just these two watches here. Bottom line, if you owned either of them, you'd have a very impressive watch. But if you somehow won both, which is theoretically possible, you'd have a crazy collection. But these two watches, although they may look a little bit different, they definitely share the same DNA. It's funny, this Tudor Black Bay is essentially the vintage issue of this No Date Sub. Why do I like this Tudor Black Bay? I teased it at the beginning. It has to do with the color, okay? Black, you could argue, is the easiest color watch to wear day to day. That's a fact, right? But black is kind of the absence of color, isn't it? So I think blue is actually the better choice. Blue dial watches are a splash of color without being, non-versatile. Other colors are just very difficult to wear day to day. And I'm a dude that loves green. I love green. It's funny. I'm not a huge Hulk guy. Like the Rolex Hulk, I'm not a huge fan of. That money green is not my favorite on the dial. But things like the Starbucks or like the 50th anniversary, the Kermit, those watches are amazing, and I would love to own those, and I will own them eventually. I'm when I'm in better health, I think my celebration watch will be the Rolex Starbucks. But it's funny though, because as much as I love green on a watch, you really can't deny that blue is the perfect cross-section of having color on your watch, but being versatile and wearable every day. It just is what it is. And this is coming from a guy that thinks the, quote, best Tudor Black Bay is that Harrods edition. You know, the green bezel Harrods edition. I still think that that's a very difficult, not difficult, but more difficult watch to wear day to day than this gorgeous blue BB58. It is what it is, right? I also think when we're looking at Pelagos, the Pelagos models, the blue Pelagos is the more interesting Pelagos to wear. Blue is just a great way to get color on a watch without being offensive. Let's go ahead and refresh the page and see how this competition is going. 73% sold, guys. Only 120 tickets left. But the odds are still quite good. Like, this is what separates Wolf Watch Club from other online competitions. You have a way to theoretically, guys, if you get one ticket, okay, for this Tudor and for this Rolex sub, all right, what is that? $35. You have a way to theoretically win both of those watches. Also, when you look at the ticket amount and the ticket sold, you see that your odds are incredible. I have more proof to you. Okay, when we go down here to the winners section, I want to scroll back a little bit, because this is going to, and again, Wolf Watch Club has been scaling, so they've been doing multiple competitions, and I think it's really cool because it just has, again, kind of expanded the scale of not only their business, but what they're able to offer you guys at home. It's not just really hyper expensive Rolexes, and it's not just like more affordable watches. There's everything in between. So we're seeing Hamiltons now, we're seeing Bulovas now, but we're also seeing Tudors, Omegas, and yes, quite expensive, like wait list level Rolexes. So this is how I can prove to your odds are very good. Okay, this is a gentleman, Mark Martin. He didn't win one, but two watches back to back at wolfwatchclub.com. Okay, no funny business. This is all done via randomdraws.com. We scroll up a little bit. Actually, hold on. I think I need to scroll down to see Mr. Lewandowski. My buddy. I say my buddy because I'm trying to get good. I'm trying to get good with Greg Lewandowski, because hopefully if I become friends with him and maybe like he wants to hang out, I can practice my David Copperfield and take the watch off his wrist without him knowing. Really cool dude, Greg Lewandowski. I've only spoken to him once, and that was when he won. He won the Starbucks. That's the watch that I want really bad, right? Really cool dude. Every winner that I've had the pleasure of speaking to live here on these Sunday streams has been incredible. He won this Starbucks, okay? But then last week, we scroll up. Again, we see these winners, all these very cool watches. Dude, he ended up winning this Piaget Protocol. 18 karat gold. Guys, your odds are so good that we now have multiple people that have not won just once. They've won multiple times. Let me put that into perspective for you, okay? Between the Starbucks and the Protocol, with today's market and those watches, that's like nearing $30,000 of watches or more that he won for, these were like $20 and $30 entries. It takes one to take it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? It takes one ticket to take it. So, like, if you're on the fence, this screen alone should show you it is. These are real people, guys. This dude won twice, back to back. Gregory Lewandowski won twice. Your odds are quite good, and these watches are not nothing. Okay, I'm telling you guys, it's. I don't know why you wouldn't play this game. I am unfortunately, or for better or for worse, I'm the master of ceremonies here, so I'm not going to be entering these competitions. But man, would I love to, because these watches are crazy. They are crazy. Let's go to the chat. Shout out people in the chat. We do something on the Time Teller channel during the live streams. We know people watch these live streams after the fact. So if you guys could wave at the chat to the people in the future and let them know, what are you doing? This is a party every Sunday. Let's keep the energy up. Scramble North is here. Longtime viewer of mine. What is up, Scramble North? Lenny Lamb. So the villains tonight. MM and GL. I don't know. No, guys, no villains. All right? No one's bad. If anyone's a bad guy, it's me. All right? Because I am the gatekeeper. You want to win a watch, you have to get through me. Actually, if there's really any villain, to be honest, it's I'm gonna go shift the blame over to random draws. It's not random draws is who's choosing it. If you wanna hate someone, hate random draws, because every time I try to do a live draw, they make me do a CAPTCHA. They're like, click the pictures that show a bus, and then there's one square that has like a millimeter of tire. And I click it, and they're like, that was wrong. Do it again. I hate CAPTCHAs. Sean Miller says, Jory, I'm gonna need some space laser magic soon. I'm sending you some space laser magic. Chicken CS. Si se puede. Yes, we can. Robert Vittori says, hello, club. What is going on? Welcome to the Wolf Pack. The Heron Hobbyist. Hello, club. How's everyone doing? Eric Ortiz, one of my viewers. How are you doing, Eric? Good luck, everyone. So, okay. I wanted to also run something very, very interesting to you. I am taking over here at Wolf Watch Club, of course, these live streams I'm hosting. So, as we do watch the ticker go down, we see 6 minutes left, 73% sold. Guys, come on. Let's get these entries in. Here's the thing, dude. Eric Ortiz is doing good. Shout out Eric Ortiz. Here's the thing, guys. Take advantage of stacking your tickets and using your codes. When you buy a ticket, you get a code. Use that code in your email list, in your group chats. Put it on your social media. That way you get credit back, and the people who use your code get a discount. So it's like money on top of money, plus entries that you could use to win these watches. So please, take advantage of that, guys. But I do want to share something about myself with you guys as we pay attention to the... guys, 5 minutes left and some change. Do not miss out. Do not miss out. Okay. This was some news that came out a few days ago, last week, I believe. Let me drink some water here real quick. This watch is very relevant. Oh, 117 tickets left. I don't know why it didn't refresh for me. Let me see. Linky's here. Shout out Linky. Wolf Watch Club mascot. 74% sold, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Why is this relevant to me? I don't own one. I wish I did. Hey, Wolf Watch Club, can we get one of these for the next competition? I wish. This is my grail. The first one of the first videos I made as like when I did like a live stream on my channel, people were like, "What's your Grail watch?" I think this was back in like 2017 or 2018. I was like, a Rolex 6062. I've said that forever. This is one of my Grails. This just set a record for the third most expensive watch ever sold. $6.2 million. Now, they made a bunch of different indexes, okay, for these. This is diamond set. This is a triple date moon phase, guys, in an oyster case. If you didn't know about this, know about it. This is one of the coolest watches ever made. We are a watch club at the end of the day, so I did want to let you guys know that, like, I'm trying to give everyone some current events as we do run these competitions. And, man, this is an insane watch. It is an incredibly orologically significant watch. And I think it's... Okay, are we good? Are we good? Woo! Something happened. I had to unplug and replug. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. That was terrifying. We're here. We're here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Wow, that was insane. That's never happened to me in almost 10 years of doing this. That's never happened to me. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. That was wild. But you know what? We have to keep the suspense alive. Okay, so that is insane. I've done this for over 8 years now, and that has never happened in my entire life. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what I was trying to get at, though, we're 1 minute and some change, guys. Let me refresh the page. What I'm trying to get at, though, is these watches are so crazy, and when I mentioned this, a lot of people don't even know that this Rolex reference existed, but there's like a whole huge, like, okay, I'm trying to push people to get more into vintage watches. That's what I'm trying to do. Because once you scratch the surface and you look back in time, you realize there are so many incredible, just crazy watches out there. And this was such an orologically significant watch that, I don't know, if Wolf Watch Club lets me, I would love to do a video and a deep dive of this watch itself. Let Wolf Watch Club know, do you want to see more content, more deep dives, more historical things from me? Maybe we could work that out. You got to tell Wolf Watch Club that you enjoy my content in the first place, though. Let's see, 107 tickets left, guys. 21 seconds left to go. Man, that was crazy. We had a suspenseful moment there for a moment. Woo! Never happened in my life. I almost had to take a Valium after that one. I was like, no, 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 no. That was crazy. So, yeah. Let's see, guys. It is over. Who is taking home? Who is taking home this Tudor Black Bay 58? Now, keep in mind, while Wolf Watch Club sends me the CSV file, again, people that have been here week after week, please bear with me while I do the whole spiel, but YouTube is very, very, I will say anal, if I can use that word, about these types of competitions. And we need to be very front and forthcoming about how it works. So I have to do the whole spiel every single time. These competitions, first of all, are very highly regulated, but specifically promoting them on YouTube, it's like a whole other organization with different rules. But as I wait for the CSV file, I do need to mention there's still about 7 days left for this Rolex Submariner No Date that we will be revealing the winner for next week. Same time, same place. Do not miss out. All right. So how does this work? Okay. Well, we go to randomdraws.com. This draw name, we are going to do, you know what, we'll just say Blue BB 58. Organization, of course, Wolf Watch Club. Okay. This is a standard draw, of course. This is the interesting part. I get sent a CSV file. When you guys got your entries on the website, it gets pulled together in a simple file of all the entries, and it gets sent to me. Of course, I need to not show you my personal computer's files, because then you guys will find out all the episodes that I have lined up for you next week, and I don't want you guys knowing that. So I gotta keep some things close to the vest. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, baby? Okay, so I get it from the head wolf over at Wolf Watch Club, and then what I do, let me see, I put it in. Okay, here we see the CSV file, right? This is a header row, the ticket, name, country, order number, purchase date. You will see those things when I announce the winners. Now, the interesting thing about the winners, as you see, all the prior denominations of moolah and watches, we are going to do BB, we'll just say BB 58 for that. Only one winner for the watch, I know, unfortunately. Only one of you guys is going to take home the watch. But we're not done yet, because Wolf Watch Club gives back to the Wolf Pack. And that's one thing that I think sets them apart from all the other competitions. It's not just a congratulations, here's your watch, bye-bye. It's giving back to the people that have supported this community. And guys, we are trying so hard to grow this community. And it's only going to benefit all of us, because guess what? The more people that show support and help grow this club means that Wolf Watch Club can bring in more watches, run more competitions. The watches can be even crazier, and essentially just gives you guys more options to win more watches. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and pick up that entry for the no date sub. Excuse me. So they do runners up as well. Okay, so of course only one person's going to win that Black Bay 58, but as I put in, I don't want to give too much away, as I put in the runners-up information, you guys potentially could be going home with some money that you can use at Wolf Watch Club. So that's very cool, and again, I think that speaks to how Wolf Watch Club gives back to the people that have supported them as we grow this community. Okay, so check this out, guys. Here we go. You already know how this works. For those of you who are new here, we want to run this immediately. We're already logged in, of course. I already have credits. Check this out. This is essentially the soul of the competition right here. All right. Once I hit this number, it's going to submit the draw. All right? Here's the deal. We do this every week to keep up the suspense. I'm going to pull the screen away as fast as I can because I don't want you guys to see who's winning the watch. If you guys can see who's winning the watch before I say it, email me at info@thetimetellershop.com and I might send you something from the Time Teller Shop. Okay, let's do this. All right. Can I get an ow? Ow! Let's go. Oof. I'm tingling. I think that's the fastest I've ever been. I think I'm the fastest I've actually ever been here. Okay. So, first, we are going to do the runners up. Ian Smith from the United States, you've won $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Of course, this is credit at the website that you can use for all future draws. Arnaldo Saucedo, you've won $15. These are all $15 credits. $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Nick Butcher from the US, you've won $15 credit at wolfwatchclub.com. Dean Van Dyke from Italia, you've won $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Ian Smith, another Ian Smith, or perhaps is the same person, you've won $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Gage Donkers, you've won $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Roy Lamberson, you've won $15 at wolfwatchclub.com. Congratulations. Now we're moving to third place. Gregory Carroll from the US, you've won $25 at wolfwatchclub.com. Congratulations. And then, actually, another double winner, Dean Van Dyke from Italia, you've won 25 US buckaroos at wolfwatchclub.com. So, again, guys, some people win a bunch of money back that they can use towards another entry of their choice. Drum roll, please. Can I get a wow? Ow! Ow! We're howling in the chat. Drum roll. Let's get some howls in the chat, guys. Who's going home with that gorgeous BB-58? That's my drum roll, guys. Jason Hahn from the United States, you have won a Tudor Black Bay 58 in that gorgeous blue. Congratulations, and you don't even have to do anything because Wolf Watch Club will get in touch with you automatically, and they will be sending you your watch directly to your door. Maybe in the future I can speak to you as a winner, and congratulations. That is so cool. You've won one of the most perfect everyday watches, and I think that is awesome. But again, guys, do not miss out because there is another option for you. Well, another couple options for you, but we're going to bury the lead a little bit. The Rolex Submariner, okay, is up. Same time, same place next week, okay? This is a sub, no date. This is one of the most desirable watches ever. As far as the Rolex sub, genre goes, these have cult followings all on their own, all right? Wolf Watch Club says, Jason's been playing with us for months. Well, see? Takes one to take it, guys. You never know, but you won't win unless you play. So, that's all I can say. And the odds are quite good, because as I've mentioned it, we've had a couple now, very lucky individuals who have played the odds and have won multiple watches. And those who haven't won watches seem to be winning a bunch of money back on their purchases, and they've been getting a bunch of credit that they can use for another competition. Now, very excited to say, we have a King Seiko up for grabs. Guys, if you are a watch enthusiast, you gotta show love for the King Seiko. Why? Because I've done video after video after video about how the King Seiko series is the coolest, incredibly orologically consequential variant of watches to ever be produced from Seiko. Everybody knows Grand Seiko now. We get it. What you guys don't know is back in the day, there were two factories that were both run by Seiko. Now, we know Seiko Epson Corporation and we know Seiko Instruments. Those two factories used to go by other names. And they would compete with one another to make the highest end version of Seiko watch. One was coming out with what they called the King Seiko. The other came out with what we know as today Grand Seiko. Now, who eventually quote unquote won? Grand Seiko, because they chose they thought Grand was more of a, fancy schmancy name, and they put all the money towards kind of promoting that factory. And then, of course, there was heavy development with Spring Drive and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, with high beat movements and everything, that was King Seiko. I did a full, comparison of the two factories and everything over on the Time Teller channel. Maybe we can go over it here, over on Wolf Watch Club. That's up to the Wolf Watch Club head wolves if they want me to blather on about that. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to hear that history. But yeah, the King Seiko's up for grabs. This is one of the coolest watches, and the fact that you can get one nowadays, this is with a 3-day, this is the 3-day movement, I believe. Yeah, this is a 3-day movement, guys. What does that mean? It means you have a crazy, insane power reserve here. Guys, don't miss out. Rolex Submariner up for grabs, no date. King Seiko 3-day. Don't sleep on this. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. I am so excited to see who comes away with this King Seiko, because that's insane. I've owned numerous King Seikos. I am a crazy vintage fanboy. Vintage Seiko is the coolest, and the fact that they brought back these King Seikos just speaks to how insanely important this series was for Japanese watchmaking. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Let's get a howl in the chat. Ow! And if you're watching this from the future, what's going on? What are you doing? Subscribe to